So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
The old man gave it to you.
It's just very hard to understand you with all the...
Search him.
apparatus.
Why don't you give us a song?
Oh, yes, please. He's very good. Joe should hear you.
And Marty.
No, of course, Marty and Jan.
I'm getting my silver tone. You get to play it if and only if you sing.
Right, yeah, okay. I can tell this is one of those things where I keep saying no and you think I'm just asking you to beg more.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, well, look, I'm not a trained poodle.
I thought singing was a joyous expression of the soul.
Yeah. All right. This one's early. Joe should like it. If I had wings and or a dove, I'd fly up the river to the one I love very well. Oh, honey. What are you doing?
What?
What is that? What are you doing?
Well, it's Mike's part.
Don't do that.
It's Mike's part.
I know what it is. Don't do that. Oh, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't do this, okay? I do this for a living. It's not a fucking parlor game.
Lewin, please, that's unfair to Lou.
This is bullshit. I don't ask you over for dinner and then suggest you give a lecture on the peoples of Mesoamerica or whatever your pre-Columbian shit is. This is my job. This is how I pay the fucking rent.
Lewin, that's not... This is a loving
I'm
home.
a fucking professional. And you know what? Fuck Mike's part.
It's okay, Lillian.
This is... I can't be in this room. Stay in this room.
Well, she doesn't have to leave. I'm leaving, obviously. Sorry I fucked up your evening. Thank you for the moussaka.
This is not our cat.
What? Of course that's your cat.
Oh, my God.
It's not even male. Where's its scrotum? Lewin? Where's its scrotum?
Nick couldn't sit one out, so he ended up taking up a race against Vinny for council president, which I think really hurt him. I don't think his heart was in it. In some ways, he was playing out a string. He was very frustrated, and I think he became depressed and volatile.
I didn't steal, but you want to take what's left of my reputation? You want to tear that down as well?
People investigating certain agencies in Yonkers, they all said Nick didn't do anything wrong, but I think there was a level of paranoia in the end. The sense of isolation, having nowhere to turn, no allies. Even the merest suggestion that he might have done anything wrong was enough to send him into a spin. From inside that cocoon of, I don't have an ally and nobody remembers me, and I think he was a wounded soul. Any suggestion that he was going to be further victimized, he took to heart. As he loses himself, those are all taken from real life. And it's heartbreaking. And the ending is the ending.
Did you program her to flirt with me?
If I did, would that be cheating?
Wouldn't it?
Caleb, what's your type?
Of girl?
No, of salad dressing. Yeah, of girl. What's your type of girl? You know what? Don't even answer that. Let's say it's black chicks. Okay? That's your thing. For the sake of argument, that's your thing. Okay? Why is that your thing? Because you did a detailed analysis of all racial types and you cross-referenced that analysis with a points-based system? No. You're just attracted to black chicks. A consequence of accumulated external stimuli that you probably didn't even register as they registered with you.
Did you program her to like me or not?
I programmed her to be heterosexual, just like you were programmed to be heterosexual.
Nobody programmed me to be straight.
You decided to be straight? Please, of course you were programmed. By nature or nurture or both. And to be honest, Caleb, you're starting to annoy me now because this is your insecurity talking. This is not your intellect.
If I had wings us near and far wars. Please don't let Star Wars come to an end. There's Ray, Finn and Poe and BB-8 as well. What a cute and wacky little droid. And hey, it's Kylo Ren and his black and evil mask. Does he scare you as much as he scares me?
Well, erotic and awkward is my forte.
Well, I mean, I am playing myself because I only have myself to play with.
I have no prizes except I will shake my Ewok.
You've got great Ewoks.
I guess I had a brief question for the actors. I guess I was curious, how do y'all feel about your characters' endings?
Yeah, I mean, you know, double penetration. Why not?
Explain the cat.
What's its name?
I don't know. He snuck out
Do you
the
think
door.
you're staying here tonight?
Leaving. Oh,
Did you have more than one cat? Because I really was wondering about that.
dangerous pussy.
All pussy's dangerous.
Yeah.
Come on, Oscar. You should know that.
I should have known that already going in.
You just get this guy, you lube him up, or don't lube him. I don't know. Maybe that's maybe that's your thing.
Go natural.
Or maybe just this piece right here. Just that one. Maybe it's well.
This just got very
You're kind of an
R-rated.
uptight kind of guy, you know. Take it easy at first, and then see where that goes.
This time, we win the right way. And if you think it's fine, you lay your head next to mine and breathe in the goodness that's inside my soul. My soul, my soul.
Hélas, c'est fini.
Yes, I know, but it's my mother.
That's enough. On second thoughts, I think it better that you do hear what I have to say, though I will not have you in my presence.
Mother?
The purpose of my being in this room is to save the realm from the consequences of this unsuitable amusement.
Her uncle is the bloody king of France.
C'est vrai. My
Get
uncle
down.
is...
Her uncle wants her back. Philip wants an excuse to cross the channel with an army, and you have given him that excuse.
I was in my hotel room waiting to find out if I had been cast and if I needed to stay for that reading, that picture that you guys saw, that iconic one. And when I finally got the call that I was indeed officially going to play Poe Dameron, I was so excited / nervous to try to tap back into that because I was like, I don't even know if I can do it. I don't know, man. So I blasted the Star Wars theme as loud as I could, and I grabbed my shampoo bottle, and I just started going. And I was like, no, I can do this. I remember that feeling.
My big cinematic crush was when I saw King Kong with Jessica Lange. Yeah, it was bad. It was like my dad had just gotten a computer, and so I printed her name out in every font, just the name and all the different types. And I would like dream about her. It was heavy. It was heavy, and I would have it was like it hurt 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I knew I was going to do a movie with her. And so I was like, just wait to tell her. Just don't tell her right away, because it's going to be strange. And within 30 seconds, I was like, I had the biggest crush, and I wrote your name in every font.
And you're playing Apocalypse, the villain Apocalypse.
Yes, I am.
And was that a character you were familiar with back in the
Yeah,
comic
when
book?
I was a kid, I was collecting X Factor, and I was also kind of obsessed with the end of the world.
Right. So a character named
and
Apocalypse.
Armageddon. Yeah, that was like right up my alley.
Yeah.
Like the actual embodiment of the second coming, and yeah.
It's funny, like, did you, when you were reading, because I would do this with my friends, did you ever, when you were reading X-Men, like, say, like, who would be the actors who would...
Totally. We'd be like, imagine if they ever made a movie. Yeah, right? But
right.
if they made a movie...
And who were some of your X-Men?
So, yeah, so Cyclops, I had Tom Cruise.
Great.
Jean Grey was Julia Roberts.
Gotcha. Right, you're already over budget. I'm just telling you.
All right,
yeah.
okay, all right. Well, that's why with Wolverine, we went with Glenn Danzig.
Oh, wow. So you saved your money on Wolverine.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where we saved the budget there.
You said to the producers, wait, I know.
Yeah.
You should start with Danzig, though, because then they'll go, this is great, this is low budget.
And then Rutger Hauer for Magneto.
All right, so okay. But and then did you ever think of an Apocalypse?
No, because it's like, who would ever make an Apocalypse?
Yeah, that's true.
A character in a movie. You know?
I like to think of you as a kid saying, and if there's ever Apocalypse, I'll play him. And your friends are like, you're a dummy. They're never going to make Apocalypse.
And I'm like,
I gotcha.
Gotcha, suckers.
Whether he's talking about automatic art or what it's, which is an amazing aspect in the movie, too, that we even touch upon what it is. The whole reason I'm an actor is the idea of you want to be working from a place that's not quite unconscious, but also not quite thought out. It's somewhere in between. So just all these different concepts and having to embody them and have conviction over them. And then also being able to disco dance.
So can you talk a little bit about, there's been a lot of talking about, lack of diversity in Hollywood and everything, but you're proving that it's not happening anymore. Are you an exception? I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't say it's not happening anymore. No, but look, it's still happening. It's still, there's not a lot of us. And it's difficult. It's difficult for people that look not like the status quo in this country to get great roles. And it's happening a little bit more. And I feel humbled and honored and blessed to have the opportunity to do that. And hopefully that'll happen more. The people that cast films and TV shows, hopefully they will be able to see past their limited ideas of what ethnicity is.
I mean, although the optimists do feel, like Ray Kurzweil, who's a futurist and an optimist, there's so many people that are like, beware, and very smart people that are like, beware the AI. And he believes that we will actually become more machine in order to compete, like downloading our brains or nanotechnology or things like that. For me, I tend to go the opposite way. I feel like we have a history of not being able to control the things that we create, whether it be industry or socioeconomic systems or political systems. We tend to kind of enslave ourselves to these things. So
you're really spoiling me for every actor interview I do from here on out, just so you know.
Okay.
Like we're talking about futurism? What?
Oh yeah. Let's get into gender politics.
Yeah. Well,
he provokes you, I think, with some of these ideas.
Yeah. Right.
It provokes a response. Even the idea of what gender, is making a robot if you could, and if you made it into the shape of a girl and gave her, even something that's close to sexual organs, would that be? And then you kept her captive. Is that a misogynistic thing that's happening?
Right.
Is it right to refer to the machine as her, as she? And what's the difference between a machine? What's the difference between that and a human and their anatomy? Wouldn't you? Isn't a human kind of a machine too? So it just provokes all these questions.
It's great that JJ and Kathy Kennedy, that they were bold enough to try to represent the world as it really is, which is a diverse place, and to be a part of that. And yes, that feeling that maybe some little kids that wouldn't think that they'd be a part of something this big can see one of us and think, well, if they can be in there, why couldn't I? That's a very nice thing.
Oh, damn it. Oh, damn.
Did you have a walk-up song for your character?
I'm trying to think of the name of it because it's just coursing through my brain now. It's that one that goes da-da-da, 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 da-da-da.
Led Zeppelin?
Yes.
What is it? Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Kashmir, yeah. Kashmir.
Exactly that.
Led Zeppelin song. Okay, good to
Captain Phasma's game.
Oh, come on.
I think I gotta go with the Pogurt. There's a Po-Gogurt. You can
Flavored, you know.
I think it's mayonnaise flavored. You just squirt it right out of my head.
You make it sound
It's
so
like you're
appealing.
just drinking cream out of the top of my head.
It's Jess Cagle, editorial director of Entertainment Weekly, and people, I am here with three people that do not need any kind of introduction, really at all.
The first model I ever had was this beautiful redhead. Natural red, as I quickly discovered. With the only hitch being that this wonderful creature was deaf as a brick. Couldn't call out if I wanted adjustments. I had to mold her like a sculptor, part by part. One afternoon, I wanted her legs to be a bit wider. So I went to move her knees apart with my hands, but my touch was clumsy. And then, on a hunch, I touched the inside of her thigh with the tip of my brush. Where the skin is soft as cream and warm. Lightest touch of camel's hair.
Did she make the small move you were after?
She did.
And what was her body saying to you?
Brush me again.
And have you retained any of said such moves?
Have I
Have you
retained
retained them? Can you remember them? I think we'd all love to see something.
There's like a fishing one. It's like a fishing. It's like a.
If I could set it up, would you have a dance battle with Sam Rockwell?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Although he's got some real moves.
So
He's got the footwork. I got the hips.